Welcome to Ball Talk Deep, where we talk deep about ball. It's Andrade and Irwin back at it again. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment before we get into it. We post 5 videos a week, and today, another serious topic. I wanted to touch on this because I have some thoughts, and I know not a lot of people are going to cover it, but I think it speaks volumes for the potential, the way culturally things may shift in the NBA culture, the NBA world, and that's, y'all can tell by the title. JJ Redick publicly denounced the New Orleans Pelicans front office, and stated his whole experience in terms of how shit went down.
Yeah, man.
Did you watch the video? The one that he posted?
Yeah, I did watch it, man. He actually talked about it in his podcast as well.
Yeah, that's the video I'm talking about.
Yeah, JJ wasn't too pleased per se with how the Pelicans.
You think he went too far posting online? Because that's what I was like. It's interesting. It's interesting.
Maybe, man. He might have gone too far compared to the average player, that would feel that way. But some things, they have to be known. After all, like you said in previous videos, it's a player empowerment league. It definitely fuels, when it comes to that, and things like that. You got to put them out, out in the light.
Exactly.
When it comes to that, because if you're giving out your word, like David Griffin, was doing the GM. I mean, at the very least, come on.
Pull through.
Pull through.
No,
but,
yeah.
Best to your. Now, then again, it's easy for us to say right now. We weren't in the trade talks. We weren't there in the rooms. For all I know, all the offers that were going on for JJ, where he wanted to go, to, the northeast section to be closer to his kid, in Brooklyn, they might have been horrible offers. Not worth it.
No, true.
At the end of the day, David Griffin was doing best was for the organization, which it's a business at the end of the day. So there's both sides of the equation over here.
Yeah, and that's everybody was talking about, whether he should have done it or not, voiced it, period. You know what I mean? And I think, yes, I think there's nothing wrong with it. I saw some players put this, say why not or whatever, but it's not like he aired dirty laundry. Like, the podcast is very well articulated. He didn't, talk shit about people. He just talked about his experience, talked about things went down. And part of the reason why I think that's really good is, one, player empowerment. They build their platform, and one good thing, and this is for any employee, it's almost like having a union. It's like, okay, they're building their platform. Now they have a little more leverage when it comes to these talks, and at least you shouldn't bullshit as much, because now they can talk about it on whatever platform. Because a lot of these players now are developing, their Twitches, their podcasts, their YouTubes, where they voice and air shit out whatever they want to. And I'm all for that.
You know what? It keeps the organizations in check, man. Hey,
that's what I'm saying. And on their toes.
Yeah, good, man.
Watch what you say. You know what I mean? Like, don't fucking, bite your tongue too much.
Hey, you know what? It's easy. The organization might have thought, hey, they're gonna get away with it because JJ Redick,
Well, that's what happened. That's why I like it too. It's like, think of this whole history of how front office have been moving, and it's like before players didn't have this shit, so all this shit would happen behind the scenes. And I understand, private business, keep it private, but it's like, when certain things you keep private, kind of like salary comparisons. It's like, it has its negatives. You know what I mean? Some things should be publicly said, because there's actually a lot of advantages that would help you as a worker, as an employee out. And that's part of it. And another reason why I really like it is it gives us NBA fans more transparency and a more inside look into how the league actually works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And another thing is that insider look, that insider perspective gives you a better understanding of why a player might have said or moved a certain way. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, especially in the past, like, oh, why did he do this? Or you develop your own opinion or scenarios in your head, and you might hate him for a certain way. But no, if they clearly delineate and convey how shit went down or why they made a certain move or said a certain thing, it's like, oh, okay. Understanding that helps me, not feel a certain type of way. For me, not personally, because I don't get too emotional, but the more emotional fans that get involved. And it's like, I really like how Redick did that. And like I said, he did it in a very, formal way, in a sense.
He wasn't disrespectful.
It was no KD report conversation.
Like, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Type shit.
It was just like him showing. And like he said, and okay, you brought up a good point. Griffin didn't keep his word, which is crazy because I actually like him as a GM because from what I saw when he was on the jump at the time, when he wasn't a front office executive, you know, when he had like that window, I actually liked him a lot on the jump because he gave us a lot of insight of how front office management thinks and stuff.
And LeBron's talked well about him, you know.
Yeah, but okay, it wasn't just the trades, like you said. Okay, I understand that, but he also brought up that he did give him his word, like, okay, if we don't reach up to a certain period, there was gonna be a buyout. Exactly. And it's like, okay, if you said that, you know, man to man, individual, person to person, face to face, like, dude. And then I'm thinking, like, I don't think JJ Redick is asking for too much. Like, I know there's gonna be people thinking like, oh, he's an NBA player, he's getting paid millions. Like, that's first world problems. Yes, it's first world problems, but guess what? It's his problems, and that's what he's gonna discuss about.
And to add to that as well, man. Come on, man. At this point, I felt like the type of player that JJ Redick is at his year, at this point in his career,
that up about
he's regressed so much.
Naive enough.
Man, I'm like, man, you really think the Pelicans were gonna get something back, so significant?
I thought you were gonna say because he's a 15-year vet. Like, he brought it up. He was naive to think that 15-year vet tag would, give him a little more leverage or like more credibility in like being involved in his.
You would think, but obviously, as you saw right now. No.
Yeah, and it's interesting how that played out. And also, I'm just thinking, like, as a human being, being more emphatic, like, oh, hey, he's a parent. And he did describe why he... So it's like, if I'm a GM, and I think Griffin is a father, it's like... And it's the fact that you gave him your word. You know what I mean? Like, like we said, that we've only gotten one side of the story. Let's be clear about that. So right now, we're only speaking from Redick's side. And like you said, there's two sides to every story. We're not getting the other side. We're not getting the New Orleans Pelicans side, at least not yet. So maybe he's... I don't want to say he's talking shit, but maybe he's avoiding some topic or whatever. But if we take everything true to the word, to what he said, and he was very articulate about certain things, someone gives you your word, especially father to father, it's like, I'm thinking about the family, especially during these COVID conditions.
Look, New Orleans did put out a statement out there, but look, we're never going to have the true side of them because we weren't in that room.
Yeah, I'm saying we'll probably get it, once Griffin... if he ever, has another hiatus as a front office and he joins ESPN again, and then he could talk all his shit.
Or maybe he'll join us.
But I think this says a lot. Like in the way the future of the NBA moves. That's also why I want to do a video on this. Like, I'm telling you, I think we'll see this more often.
Of course,
especially
and it's happened several times in the past.
That's true, but especially with the younger players, like Redick is older. He's in his mid-30s, late 30s.
He's a grown man.
So think of all these 20-year-olds and even the ones that aren't even, all these high schoolers and middle schools right now that are gonna enter the NBA at some point, the ones that do, like, they grew up in the YouTube era, like straight fucking babies to you know what I mean?
Yeah, it came out of the
womb.
The
YouTube
womb.
was already a thing, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they're gonna be used to, I'm sure, we already started seeing it now, like Cat has his own channel, a couple of players have their own channel. At that point, imagine how many of the players by then are going to have their own YouTube or podcast or whatever, just on platform. And it's like, I think Redick doing this is going to be, it's like, will be one of the first times where we'll look back and be like, oh shit. Because in the future, it'll happen and shit. There's definitely going to be a bigger one where maybe some star player says something crazy, you know what I mean?
I feel KD might be.
And
he already has.
But yeah, and then we're able to look back on this, like, this was one of the first times, one of the earliest times where we saw a player actually vent in a non, in a very technical way what happened in behind the doors, you know what I mean?
Of course, man, putting out there. Hey, but you guys let us know what you guys think in the comments, man. Did JJ Redick right? Do the Pelicans have a point?
Do you have any opinions on it?
Yeah, what would you?
Do you think he should not have voice? Because that's the main thing I keep seeing debate on. Like, should have he done that or should not he have done that?
Or you know what? Be like, yo,
terribly worded.
Yo, Redick, you're not a star, you're not a superstar, bro. Just shut up and ball, bro. That's it. Just take it. Like, do you guys think that?
Oh, okay. I was like, you said, because I understand what a lot of players that were voicing their opinions. They're all older players. So that's another reason I wanted to do this video, because we're younger. We're significantly younger than a lot of these players. Like, yo, it's a little different. I feel like if you grew up in this, social media era, like, you're gonna see it a little different, especially in this player empowerment era. Like,
of course,
yeah. But I'll vouch for Redick. Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, he is, man. But hey, either way, guys,
you can come to the Heat anytime. I'm just saying. What?
I don't know about that, but Appreciate
you
all the.
want him on the squad.
We got Victor, man. I'm good with that, bro.
Nah,
we need big men. That's what we need, man.
That's true. I wonder what Redick's gonna do. And actually, also drop your comments, your thoughts on whether you think Redick will help push the Mavericks over the edge. Not like fully, but a little, because he is a 3-pointer, and they need that.
They're gonna go as far as Luka takes them. Let's be real.
Oh, facts. But now Luka has a consistent 3. Whoop. Or nah. I don't know. Part of me thinks that Mark Cuban is just gonna be nice and just let him go on his merry way, buy him out, and just what I mean. Mark tends to be mad cool sometimes.
Yes, he's one of the coolest owners.
Look what he did with JJ Redick. Give him a whole contract and let him go. And it's like, look, there's your money for being cool.
Yeah, and he's helping out this other guy that went homeless, Delonte West.
There you go.
Yeah, good, cool guy. Legit cool
for
guy.
Real. Coolest billionaire on the planet, in my opinion.
Yeah,
realest billionaire on the planet.
Yeah, for real.
Yo, Mark, if you ever want to come on the BTD podcast, you know where to find us.
Yo, what are the chances of that happening? Yo,
hey, you never know, man. The internet, globalization, what?
Share this shit. What? Shit. I'm like, yo.
I switched from a Heat fan to a Mavericks fan. What?
Real quick. What? I'll work a Dirk. I'm like, damn, like that.
Luka, Mavs. What?
Real quick. Right. Anyways, man, enough with the bullshit, man. Appreciate all the love and the hate. You guys already know. Catch us on Twitter, TikTok, Ball Talk Deep, where we talk deep about ball. Catch you guys soon. For now.
Mark Cuban in the video.
Yeah, Adam. Later on Twitter.
Take care.